So when it comes to dating and relationship advice, some people may need a user manual, but that sector of YouTube now has a void due to the death of Kevin Sameuls. Let's discuss. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. Hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. I'm coming at you guys today at 4:40 in the morning. You guys, I actually fell asleep trying to watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta once again. I fell asleep around 10 and now here I am at 4:40 a.m. coming at you guys with a video. Like, I'm legit sitting here with no pants on. But I want to talk about Kevin Sameuls and his recent death and how it impacted the community. If you guys don't know who Kevin Sameuls is, he is one of YouTube's latest sensations. I think he blew up in 2020 during the peak pandemic, but he is a self-proclaimed relationship guru and also a I want to say an image consultant. He is most widely known for gaslighting and bashing black women and really just women overall. Even though a lot of people don't know, his channel actually started with him getting onto the case of men and black men, how they needed to be more upstanding and high value. But there was a switch in his content where he started to chastise women and black women more, and that created a lot of uproar, and uproar created a lot of clicks and views, and he was able to cultivate over 1.27 million subscribers. He got big because a lot of people watched his content. A lot of people don't want to admit it, but you guys love to watch people that you hate. That's why a lot of people love reality show villains and also people that are villains in the court of public opinion. They tend to blow up in the world because everybody collectively gathers around to hate them. And he was mostly hated by black women, women overall, women that were deemed overweight. Overall, he was hated by that sector of women. I mean, there were women out there that loved him too. But the main reason why women hated him is because he held up a mirror to a lot of them and showed them the hardcore truth. But also at the same time, his content became a little bashful because he would say any and everything. He would basically dissect and poke at any insecurity that a woman that came on his show had. But with all that hate from women came a lot of love from men. Because there is a subgroup of black men that are self-hating and do not like black women. And they would love to digest the content that Kevin Sameuls was giving out anytime that he would bash a black woman on his show. A lot of black men that don't like black women love them. And it created a further divide between black men and black women. Especially with the fact that in our community, we are the one community that are very harsh towards our own women. So Kevin Sameuls kind of spoke to that and spoke to the feelings of a lot of men that feel that way towards black women. And also men that feel in society that nobody ever has their back. They felt like Kevin Sameuls was the one person that really spoke their true feelings and how they feel towards society and towards women. Now, me personally, I never watched a full-on live of Kevin Sameuls because his lives are a little too long for me, but I will say I did find him entertaining because his clips are funny, because I did not take this man seriously at all. This man was pure comedy to me. He gave out trash advice most of the time, and then on top of that, he was the type of person that could dish out a lot of things towards women, but couldn't take it whenever they had valid reasons or valid points against them back at him. Y'all, I would never forget when Tommy Lee from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta came on that show and called him out for him judging women, but yet with the fact that he's been divorced twice.
What they really want to know is, why am I not getting the kind and caliber of man I want? Because I think I'm here, and I want men that are here, but I'm not getting them. And if you
are you married, Kevin?
I've been married twice, and what's the difference? What's the difference?
So what happened with the first wife?
See, but I'm at, before you ask me, I answered your question. You need to answer No. I answered your question. You answer mine. Why does that matter?
Because I want to know what my image consultant, what he's been through, what his life is like. How can he tell me? How can he consult me if he hasn't been through anything? So I want to know what happened with your first wedding.
Well, first of all, I'm not your first of all, you need to understand something. I'm not your image consultant. You're not my client. So understand. Hold on. You 11. No. See what you're gonna do. Okay, now I will treat you the same way I treat everybody. I'll be respectful of you. You're gonna be respectful of me. See, people don't ask Steve Harvey that, who's been married 3-4 times. He wrote a book telling you what you want to hear, and you make him a multimillionaire. He had been divorced how many times? But he still said women are from Mars. Men from Mars, women from Venus. You take a comedian's advice But a man who actually is in it and been doing this since 1989, since Shahrazad Ali, Black Man's Got to the Black Woman. Hold on. Since a man who's been over 3 singles ministries at the church and has been married twice, which means I've tried to marry a Black woman twice, been a stepfather once, and it didn't work. But I still am helping people get married. So apparently I'm good at what I do because in less than 6 months I had 3 engagements.
When you say you try to marry a Black woman twice, does that mean that you're stepping outside your race right now?
Oh, Jesus, no. What it means is it means I'm married. You ask the question.
It's like, how are you a relationship guru, but yet you went through 2 divorces and then you also have kids that don't really mess with you either? But overall, his content was funny to me. Like, I watched the little clips and they were hilarious because, let's keep it real. For one, it is alleged that he paid some people, like some women, to come on the show and just flat out embarrass themselves. And for 2, on top of that, I just never took him seriously. Like, I never took anything this man had to say seriously at all. Kevin Sameuls blew up because you guys made him blew up. Like, the majority of people I see on this channel are always Black women. Some that were either paid to be on that show or some that just have very low self-esteem and wanted to get advice from Kevin Sameuls but ended up getting chastised and embarrassed. The way to really blow up in this YouTube game, if you don't care about your integrity, is to say the most outlandish, outrageous stuff that gets a rise out of people. And Kevin Sameuls knew that formula and he multiplied it 10 times forward. It speaks to the fact that you guys really have to watch who you make famous. You guys made Kevin Sameuls famous, and you know, all that hate just equated to dollars for him. Like, you guys kept feeding his pockets by giving him clicks and views. Be careful who you pay attention to. Now, in regards to his death, he died this past weekend. It was alleged that he died. Like, there was like, I remember I first saw it like on either Facebook or Twitter that he allegedly passed away. And me personally, I didn't really believe it at first. I thought it was like clickbait. I thought it was just, you know, probably like a publicity stunt on his behalf, like a very drafted publicity stunt. But I didn't think that it was real because I'm actually subscribed to him on my YouTube channel, and I saw that he went live literally the night before. So I had I really did not think that this man had passed away. Like, I thought this was an elaborate scheme set up to get him some more attention, clicks, and views. But it was confirmed the next day on Sunday, which was Mother's Day, which is a huge coincidence that he passed on that day. But it was confirmed by his mom that yes, he did indeed pass away due to cardiac arrest. And it's kind of sad because she said that she found out that he died when everybody else did. Like, she found out via social media, and then she was able to call around. She found out, went to the hospital, and she confirmed that he died. You know, it's really sad that we live in the social media era where if you're related to a famous person and you find out that they die at the same time that everybody else does. So it's very sad, but that's just the way the world works now. But now that he's dead, the one thing that I find wrong is that we've gotten a little desensitized to death, because even in death, everybody is bashing this man. And everybody's bashing this man mainly because of the way he made people felt while he was on this earth. And that speaks to your legacy. Like, what legacy do you want to leave behind? Do you want to leave behind a legacy of nothing but like strife and turmoil? Or do you want to leave behind a lasting legacy where people like respect your name? Now, there are people that respect his name. There are a lot of people that went to bat for him and are saddened by his death. However, like, it really caused a whole entire divide in the world, because there are people that were not here for him at all that are saying, like, that's what you get. You preached about all these single women being alone, and yet here you are dying alone. And he also, it was found out that he died with an escort, actually. And people say that she's a nurse, but looking at her, I just got escort vibes. I mean, that's just my opinion. Child, a lot of these nurses look like escorts these days, but I digress. But his death caused a lot of divide in the world, and it made me realize that we've really just gotten desensitized to death. Like, you know, granted, if somebody made you feel some type of way when they die, it's okay to keep that same energy. But when you're just going out and just like bashing this person publicly on social media, their family has to look at that. Their family has to look at that, and it's like, even though you're like taking punches at him, you're taking punches at his family too. But y'all, the overall lesson that stuck out to me with this whole entire situation with Kevin Sameuls is that you should never neglect your health. Never neglect your health, because I feel like that's what Kevin Sameuls did. Like, I feel like he knew about his heart problems. I feel like something was going on with his heart. and he didn't really take the necessary measures to address it. Especially with the fact that you see this man always downing Red Bulls during his lives. Like, this man is, I think he was like 56 or 57 years old, so he needed to keep up his energy to be on these long 2-hour lives that he does. And in order to do that, he was just downing Red Bulls, always downing Red Bulls, and that's not good for your health or your heart. So therefore, the man was downing these Red Bulls, probably not really taking care of his health or working out regularly. And then that just culminated into his surprise death. Like, it was just out of nowhere, like, bam. Like, his death legit was out of nowhere, y'all. Like I said earlier, he went live the night before, so when it was announced that he died the next day, that was just a complete shock and surprise to me, and I feel like he's in heaven, shocked and surprised as well. You guys always take care of your health. Now, I gotta keep it real with you guys on my end. The reason why I haven't came to you guys is because, like, I have, like, very, like, chronic post-fatigue from having the stomach flu 2 weeks ago. To keep it all the way real, I haven't been right since I got back from Miami 2 weeks ago, y'all. I have not been right, and I've been trying to push through as hard as I can, but every time I come to this house, I can't help but just like fall asleep because I am just tired and dehydrated no matter how much water I drink. I went to the doctor's office. They told me to basically just ride it out. But it's good that I went to the doctor to take like a proactive measure towards like getting better and figuring out what I could do to get better. And hopefully his surprise death wakes up everybody that you need to take care of yourselves, especially in the black community where a lot of us don't ever really go to the doctor like that or go to seek therapy like that. We're getting better at it, but we're not all the way there. We feel like we can survive anything, go through anything, we can weather any storm, but sometimes the storm turns into a whole entire tsunami. But yeah, y'all, let me know what you guys think about this whole entire situation with Kevin Sameuls, his death, his lasting impact, how his death divided the community, the black community, and like women versus men, all that jazz. Basically, like, how do you guys feel personally about Kevin Sameuls during life and in death? But those are my views. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to come at you guys with some more content. Kevin Sameuls, rest in peace, little niglet.